And now we welcome Katie, Severn and Tom Wicks from the School of Mathematical Sciences to tell us about the degrees available as well as some of the exciting research our staff are involved in. Welcome to you both. Katie, I'll start with you. What was it that made you want to pursue a career in maths?
So I've always liked maths. When I was at school, it was my favourite subject and I had quite inspiring teachers, I'd say. So I always enjoyed it. And when it got into more advanced maths, I really enjoyed the challenge of it. So I think I always knew I wanted to follow something that I liked. And I knew doing a degree in maths wouldn't close any doors for career, so I could keep my options open while still doing that maths. And then when I was doing my degree, again, I just couldn't imagine not carrying on with that subject. So I knew I wanted to carry on and find the careers that carried on using that.
And is there anything going on right now in the world of maths that's, pretty exciting?
Yeah, there's so much in maths happening at the moment. So there's things like quantum information theory, which is looking really into how, well, it can be used into how computers work. But then the thing I think I'm most excited in is with machine learning and AI. So it's a really hot topic and it's advancing every day. There's something new to read in the news about it. But that's all being underpinned by maths and sort of all the research that's happening at Nottingham. A lot of it is working towards that and advancing that field. And it can be used in so many different applications. So in like healthcare, we could see how it could just kind of revolutionise some of that. And then a lot of people will be aware just of AI with things like ChatGPT being so common. We can see that it's just progressing into everyday life, these really interesting mathematical techniques.
And Tom, what are the sort of things that students at Nottingham will learn on a maths course?
So in the early stages, so in the first year or two, it's all foundations. So we get everyone onto a level playing field. So students come from lots of different backgrounds and might have different experiences of maths before university. So we like to, especially in the first year, get everyone on the same page and kind of have a common understanding. Then in the second year, we start to push on that a bit more, and we start to get people a bit more knowledgeable about the advanced maths topics, so they can start to make decisions about what they might want to specialise in, or maybe they want to specialise in two or more things. That's also fine. So then the third year is where it gets really exciting. So that's where we start to touch on some of the things that Katie was talking about, looking at things like machine learning and AI and data analytics, and really starting to map skills they're learning at university to what they might want to pursue a career in, whether that's in further research or in industry.
And what is it about Nottingham specifically?
So we've co-created our courses with our students. So I had a team of current students once when I was redesigning our courses. And we also involved employers, and we involved lots of academics across the school and across the university as well. So there's been lots and lots of people that have really been feeding into the design of our courses. And it was really important to me that we actually involved our students in that because it was just quite amazing, some of the ideas and the solutions they came up with, particularly around just innovations in assessment. So the idea of having small-scale projects right from the start of the degree where we actually get students to work with each other, and working on a lot of projects that are inspired by problems in industry, so that right from the start, our students are understanding how they're going to be applying their subject beyond the degree.
And you mentioned it briefly there, career choices when you finish your degree. Mm-hmm. What are some of the areas that maths students go into?
So there are some areas which a lot of people might find quite typical, so things like finance and analytics. But then what's amazing about maths is that it's so applicable in so many different spheres. So we get students who go into a variety of industries as analysts, and it's because those employers really recognise that students are very systematic and very methodical in their approach to problem solving. We also get students who go off into things like software engineering, which again might be a bit unusual for maths. You might think, is that computer science? But again, a lot of the techniques that we learn on a maths degree can be directly applied to things like software engineering. It's highly valued by employers.
And Katie, finally, who is this degree for? What advice would you give to somebody that's thinking about studying maths here?
I'd really just say go for it if you enjoy maths or are thinking you want to study it. it opens so many doors, so it's a real opportunity to do that.
And Tom, what's your advice to people that are thinking about studying maths here?
So my biggest advice I think I would have given to myself at the time of applying for a maths degree is to just go in with an open mind. So a lot of students will come in with preconceptions about I really like statistics or I really like mechanics and I really don't like the other things. But we deliberately teach across the board from the first year to give everybody a bit of a taste of what advanced maths is like across the board, and it's quite amazing how many change their mind. So I'd definitely say just come in with a completely open mind, you're going to love it, and just enjoy the ride.
Thank you so much to you both for joining us today, and you can find out more about mathematical sciences on the website using the link in the schedule below. And if you have any questions, use the QR code to send those in.